Live.
Woo!
And welcome back to another episode of the Baseline Bums podcast. It's your host, Rob, aka B-Ball Archives. And once again, I got the bum AJ up in the casa. And on
Finally.
an on a night like tonight, we get to talk about a Spurs victory where we shot well. Oh my goodness. That is a breath of fresh air coming out of my lungs right now.
Well, finally, this is the game that we've been waiting for. This is the game that we finally wanted to see us making 3-pointers and shooting well. And, Wemby shooting he had four 3-pointers. He had that
No,
turnaround. He
No,
had
it
that
was he
turnaround
was
Kobe one.
5. He was
He had
5.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was 5 for 6 for beyond the arc. Just really, really efficient game. 22 points, 10 rebounds, and only 22 minutes of play.
He didn't
That's
play that first quarter, man. Like that was scary.
no, he didn't
We'll
play the
get to that
first
in a
quarter.
second, but let's glaze.
Yeah, we have a lot of glazing to do tonight because this is the first time that we've shot well in it's the first time that we've made this many threes since before Christmas, so it feels like it's been weeks since we've had this like stellar shooting performance as well as really good defensive chunks where
Mm-hmm.
I was really loving what our defense was bringing, and that was very apparent in the third quarter where you know,
Whew.
we ended up dominating them 40-13.
So that's
Um,
what it's like to play us in the third quarter.
right. What a refreshing third quarter that was. The best third quarter differential we've had all season long.
Of
Uh,
course.
Absolutely amazing. And just you look at our splits tonight, and there was just so much to like from our efficiency. 51% from the field, which is amazing, but 43% from beyond the arc, which is the highest that's been in over a month and a half.
Good lord, about time. And it's amazing what happens when you make shots. Like I know this is basketball and that's the goal to make shots, but man, when they started going down, I'm going, oh, good. And then this Bucks team, man, I have to say, Giannis deserves a lot better. That's a bad team, and Kyle Kuzma ain't it. And what really bothered me is in the first half, Wemby got a switch on Kyle Kuzma and we didn't throw him the ball. And I feel like after that moment, we were starting to find him more in those situations. And then he hits that turnaround 3-pointer on what's his face with AJ Green. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Like hits that turnaround three. I'm like, that's a bad shot, but it went in. So it's
It was it was a horrible shot.
not terrible, but
It it was an absolutely
the
atrocious
worst shot you could
shot.
possibly do in that situation, but it went in. So I'm not going to apologize for balls going in.
Right. I mean, obviously, a 3 ball, going in for the Spurs, we're not gonna be upset about it, but at the end of the day, Wemby having a foot of height on somebody and turn around fadeaway threes, that's not usually a recipe for success, but, I'm not gonna fault him because that came after 3 made threes already,
Yeah.
so that was almost like
Yeah.
he was feeling confident, kinda feeling himself, so that's different than, oh, if that was his first 3 of the game, then I would really
Right.
be questioning his shot selection, but at the end of the day, AJ Garcia, I agree, Spurs kicked their ass so hard they had to bring in Timu Greek Freak. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you see Thanasis, that might as well be
that's when you know.
yeah,
When you see
that might
Thanasis,
as well be that might as well be Bronny James coming into the
dude, when you
game.
see Thanasis and Jeremy Sohan on the court together, the game's over. And we saw both of them like with 10 minutes left in the fourth. And I'm like, dude, all right, this is over. I want to kind of see what happens. And I mean, to no surprise, we just didn't play well at all in the fourth quarter because we had all of our scrubs in and no one really cared about that game at that point. And, maybe there needs to be some kind of mercy rule in the future where if you're getting your ass kicked at the end of the third, you can go, just want to go to an early dinner.
Well, I mean, no, because you got to play the game. I'm not
I
gonna,
know, I
yeah,
know.
yeah, we got to play the game, but yeah, ultimately, that's just really, really disappointing to see how we closed out that game. I know we beat the brakes off the Bucks, but I am not pleased with how we played that entire fourth quarter, and we just pissed away what should have been a 30-point win, and now it's just, a win, like 18-point victory. That is not an indicator of how well we played. So,
And
Jordan McLaughlin throwing the ball away, just multiple
several times.
possessions, just really, really just just unpolished basketball. So just really not loving how we executed that fourth quarter.
Buddy, Carter Bryant's hands need to be studied. I don't know if they can put like some kind of, I don't know, prescription deodorant on his hands so they don't sweat, because like every time he gets the ball, they just it just all goes away. Just it all goes away. So I don't know what we need to do with him, but he can't catch one handed. He can't catch one handed. Can't catch two-handed. Two-handed. I mean, I want to see more of Carter Bryant. And do we need, if we need to get some stickum, maybe we need to get some stickum.
Well, and I'm not 100% sure what the deal is because we checked his hand size during the
He's got big
combine,
hands.
and it was, yeah, he had above average size hands for everyone that was like in the wing forward category. And so it's like it's not that he has small hands. I just think that he really needs to tone down the ferocity of his dunks because he's trying to punish the rim before he can even get there. Dude, just focus on catching it and then just make a good fundamental dunk. Uh, Matt Byrne, definitely shout out to Matt Bernhard. Good bounce back win after a couple of bad losses. Absolutely. Yeah, really good to see Fox, Harper, Castle just kind of understand the assignment, just play smart, efficient basketball. And obviously, really good to just see the ball go through the net, on a night where we already talked about Victor going 5 for 6 from beyond the arc, but Julian played well, shot well, 3 for 5. Fox 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. And Dylan Harper had multiple really, really good takes where he had a lot of good English, good sidestepping defenders, and really let you realize, hey, he's been looking like a rookie a lot lately, but then he can also have performances
Right.
like this.
No, for sure. In that first quarter, I needed De'Aaron Fox to step up, and he did in a big way. I think he had like 12 points in the first quarter,
Yeah.
especially when you see Wemby go down and everyone holds their breath that entire first quarter. And then for, I don't know about you, but for me, I was watching like the bench, and every time someone came back and then went came back to the bench, started talking to the coaches, I'm going, what are they saying? Who knows how to read lips? Because we need an update on Wimby. And then, sure enough, at the end of the first quarter, he comes out, and it's like, oh, thank God. And then he never looked back after that. So I don't know what they did in the back. They gave him a chocolate croissant and said, get your ass back out there, or what it was. But apparently, he was walking around, and Jacob Toby was talking about that. So whatever it is, it worked. But man, that don't we need to stop having Wimby go down during games, because they are not looking good anymore. They are hard falls.
Right. And we brought it up on a previous episode a couple days ago. He's spending a lot of time on the hardwood. So it's you just don't want to see your 7'5" superstar just hitting the deck that often. And I was I was glad to see that it was just knee to knee contact because as somebody that's received knee to knee contact all the time, you know that it's very, jarring and it stings a lot at first, but you just need, maybe 8, 10 solid minutes and then you feel like you can kind of get back out there. And that's kind of what we saw. It just needed to go back to the locker room, make sure there wasn't a tear, ligaments were fine, all that
Yeah,
jazz.
rub
But
some
then
mayonnaise on it or whatever.
right, yeah, you spray the magic spray on it and then
Right.
get him back out there. But yeah, and then he essentially played 2 quarters and then played phenomenally, both
Yeah.
on the defensive end, really just completely shifting the trajectory of the game during that 3rd quarter with that
Hmm.
massive two-handed block, and then in transition, 2 pull up, top of the key threes, one of them that bank, and then, that just really kind of started to solidify the beginning of the end for Milwaukee.
Yeah, man. That Milwaukee team, I know we shot really well, but they're really bad. I mean, they're bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're thinking or how they're going about this season, but man, Giannis looks like he's checked out and he's ready to go. He didn't even play in the fourth quarter. I mean, the game was already out of reach. I get that, but I mean, damn, when your leader is hunched over, just like, are we done yet? Are we done yet? That's not a good look for the team. And dude, I had to look up like half their team. Like, who are you? Where'd you come from? Dude, I was doing the what's his name? Yeah, I was doing that a lot.
I mean, I completely agree. This is not a team that Giannis can feel competitive with, but they do have a couple of guys that I've been impressed with so far this season. Like we didn't really see a good game from Ryan Rollins this time out, but he's really been good and has stepped up his play a lot. So and you know the shooting of AJ Green, I do like him, and you know we both aren't big Kyle Kuzma guys, of course, but
No.
they have had other guys that have kind of stepped up and, you know, helped a little bit, but I agree with what Matt Byrne was saying right here. The effort from Milwaukee was piss poor and
Oh, it was so bad. I
really
mean,
outside of Giannis in that first quarter and a half, like there was no really good sense of urgency from Milwaukee at all.
Kuzma was the only one that was like, I mean, shout out to Kuzma for being the only one that kind of wanted to play, which is crazy to even say because he's one of the laziest players in the NBA. But like, he looked like he was trying to like do some stuff. He had his moments in the third quarter where you're like, oh hey, at least he's trying. But everyone else just, I mean, Miles Turner, what a bust this on this team he's been. I mean, he was a great player in Indianapolis, but he has not been the same player since then. So I'm curious to see what happens to this team. But a name I haven't heard in years or a couple years is Jericho Sims. I didn't know he was on Milwaukee's team. Did you know that?
No. I mean, off the top of my head, no, I did not. But to be fair, I've probably only watched 3 Milwaukee games, maybe 4 Milwaukee games this year. So, but yeah,
There's no point to.
you're right. They have a lot of interesting guys coming in and out of the rotation. So definitely a team that even though they're existing in a Eastern Conference that is less than stellar right now, they are not in the hunt at all. So, yeah, not a very competitive team. Recently was blown out by the T-Wolves and then now blown out by us. So, Milwaukee not trending in the right
Yeah,
direction.
it is a it is gross. And Doc Rivers looks like he doesn't have control of the team. Darvin Ham's out there. I don't know what they're doing, but that's one of those franchises that you win the championship, and then like, what did you have to do to get there? You had to sell your soul, and this is kind of the penance that you have to go through now.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to strip this team for spare parts, and I think I have to say that I think Giannis gets traded first before Doc gets fired. It just looks like Giannis is really at a point where he's not going to be the center hub of this Milwaukee team anymore, and you gotta just cash in on his value while you can, and I see him getting moved, maybe not before the trade deadline. I don't know if it's that quick, but yeah, he's not re-signing with Milwaukee.
He can't. He can't. He's not that type of person. He looked broken at a point in time. Like when you looked at the bench and he's sitting there on the end with the towels over his head, just like, oh, my brother's out there. All right, cool. I
Right.
am checked out.
Oh, dude, so checked out.
Yeah,
But
but I will say this.
speaking of Giannis, hold on. Speaking of Giannis, real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah,
I got to give a shout out to the Jackals for putting pressure on him during his free throw,
yeah.
for putting pressure on him during his free throws and getting him to miss the back to back. He obviously seemed rattled, and he does get those countdown chants or count up chants, but the
And they are fast too. They're not like one Mississippi, two Mississippi, like one, two, three, four.
right. I loved it. Shout out to the
Yeah,
Jackals. That was
and
fun.
yeah, but that's funny you say that because I was about to say watching it on the arena feed. Shout out to the person who wrote Whataburger, the bit that the Coyote did. I don't know if you got to see this, but dude, it was so funny, and It kind of fell off at the end, but the actual film that they had and in doing it was hilarious. So shout out to them, shout out to that team, and then shout out to the two dance squads during the halftime show. They did great,
Absolutely.
better than a lot of other people.
Even yeah, it didn't matter to play on the court, entertainment, the entertainment during the down times. It was a lovely night in San Antonio. We won literally every battle: the rebounding battle,
Yeah,
the points in the paint battle, free throw volume and efficiency, fast break. Literally every single shooting metric we beat them in, and it's just been so long since it's been a game like that. And absolutely, my dude, yeah, great blowout game tonight. Go Spurs, go. It's the kind of game we've been waiting to see. We just want to see our
hmm
team firing on all cylinders, hitting shots, confident from behind the three-point line. And yeah, it's felt like it's been weeks since we've had that performance. And
it's been a
hopefully
long
we
time, man.
yeah, hopefully we can build off of this.
Yes, because we got the Timberwolves on Saturday, right?
Yes, yes, just yeah,
So,
looking
so
forward, yeah, T-Wolves on Saturday, and then we have the Jazz on Monday on MLK, and I mean, they beat us last time out. I want revenge on that Jazz team, and then we
I
got
revenge on
Rockets
the
on
T Wolves
Tuesday.
team.
Yeah, I mean,
We need to get these 2 wins back. We
mhm.
really do. Especially at home, especially on a Saturday, especially on MLK Day. I think San Antonio should show up for that. Shout out, I mean, hey man, we had our question marks early on with the Jackals, but I am glad that they're out there being loud, keeping the energy for the full 48 too. Because they could have easily checked out in the third quarter, but they were even louder in the fourth. So it makes me happy that we have them and they would keep that energy up. And I hope that the sections around them are really buying in because once playoffs comes around, dude, Jackals are going to be on fire.
I agree. Like there's very few things that can give your home arena that little bit of edge. And I'm not saying that's enough to just like sway a complete game, but even if you can get somebody to miss a couple of free throws here and there, that's enough to just have a little bit of a home court advantage to where people don't want to come there and play there. And especially if we're in a position where you're playing 4 games in San Antonio versus 3 at your own place in a playoff
Yeah.
environment, that could be a little bit of a factor. So yeah, shout out to the Jackals. Definitely good job keeping up that environment. But one thing we have to talk about, and I can't believe it's been this long into the show and we haven't mentioned
Oh, we have.
Wemby and Keldon's bald heads. We haven't mentioned the
I didn't want to like say anything because I have bald friends and I don't want to hate on
well, dude, we gotta bring up the Mr. Cleans. Like,
them.
we got to. But
Yeah,
but dude,
man.
I mean, it really seemed like these haircuts, not only from Keldon and Wemby, but nice haircut from Dylan Harper as well.
Yep. Yep.
It really seemed like this was like a cleansing, like we were shedding some of the bullshit shooting and hopefully this is a new sleeker team moving forward. Is that what you're
Well,
thinking?
well, shit, Rob. They've been home long enough to finally get a goddamn haircut. So like that's another thing too. So finally, like we're home and like, oh, we can finally take care of things. I can get my car registered. I can go get my car inspected. I can go do this. Like I can finally shop at HEB because I missed it so much. Like things like that they can finally do. And I think I think it's a good look, man. And then I saw the two jackals that shaved their heads during the telecast. That was hilarious.
That
So
was
shout out
fun.
to them for going full and then telling the dude like you're next.
Oh, dude, and they like sort of like mimicked like they were gonna put like a razor through his hair. Oh, dude, that was fun. I didn't think that guy was actually gonna get out of that section. So yeah, dude,
But
that was
it did feel like a cleansing, like a I mean, dude, you got your ass beat on national TV by 30 points to the defending champions. Like something needed to change. And you've been in the slump for the better part of 2 weeks. And this is exactly how you need to respond. This is the game that you can look at and go, it's a good win. Is it against a great team? No, clearly they weren't ready to play. But you did what you needed to do. The team in front of you showed up, but they didn't want to play. So you kick their ass.
Right. That's
And I mean,
exactly
the score doesn't reflect what it really was, but I mean, it could have gone to 40 points if they really wanted to.
right. And that is the frustrating part is because I felt like a lot of our second unit and even third unit should have done more to really solidify that 25 plus point victory. I just yeah, don't love seeing it to be a game that looks like it's in the teens. It's like, man, that just doesn't feel representative of how much we really crushed them and how well we shot. And like, man, like really that third quarter holding them to 13 points. It's just like, man, our defense in stretches in us forcing them to take really ill-advised threes while still, contesting their points in the paint. Just amazing stuff from us in a lot of different chunks defensively.
And
Mordecai, what up, dude?
once again, Julian Champagny with a double double and Steph Castle with 10 assists.
Yes,
That's what I want to see. That's the kind of shit I want to see on a night to night basis. Now, we're not going to shoot 43% from three every night. I understand that. But we have the capability of doing it.
absolutely. And I love that you just brought up the 10 assists from Steph Castle. But you know what I love just as much as that? The 0 turnovers. The 10 assists with no mistakes. Literally just taking what the defense gave you, not forcing it, not like trying to get off balance and
Yeah.
herky jerky and then trying to kick out. Man, just really good simple pass distribution. A couple times he made some risky passes, but at the same time, that's what I wanna see from Stephon Castle, good, safe distribution.
Yeah. No, 100%. So, hey, you get to get the Timberwolves back. The Timberwolves game is going to be a great game.
Yeah,
And that's going to tell us a lot on the shaved head situation as well as so kind of how we look overall. But if we go out and we beat the Timberwolves, like I feel like we know we can, and Wemby has a great game. I still need Wemby to be closer to the basket though. Like I know his shot was on fire and there's nothing you can do about it. When he gets hot, he's going to shoot threes. He's going to make turnaround Kobe like three pointers. I understand that, but I really want him to be down low. And tonight, I give him a little bit of a pass because he got that knee to knee banged up. He missed the entire first quarter, probably being a little hesitant, being a little cautious. I understand that, but I do want to see him still closer to the basket. I would love if him and JT Toppin from Texas Tech got together and JT was like, "This is how you do a hook shot." Because if Wimby can get that little hook shot, like kind of like what Luke Cornett does, a little pop a shot. If he can do that just on a consistent basis that you can always get to, dude, like, no one's gonna stop him.
well, I mean, I love JT Toppin, but let's be frank, JT Toppin does that little hook shot because he does not have a very big bag. He has to
That's
sp
fair,
he spams that move because it's effective at
and it
at his
works.
level. Yes.
Dropped 31 the other night. Yeah,
Of
so
course, of course.
yeah,
I'm not disparaging anything that JT Toppin does, but what I'm saying is that I'm 100% in agreement with you.
yeah,
Wemby on average catches the ball 10 plus feet out. I would love to see that about 6 feet. So he's just one step away from just a little sweeping hook shot. I mean, he does it multiple times, but he doesn't do it enough. And I think
right.
that when you see him do that over a 7-foot defender, like, I mean, we saw him do it against Chet the other night, and it's something that can be done with regularity, and why not? I mean,
Yeah,
every
like
single time, why not?
yeah, dude, like that little baseline Hakeem hook shot that he gets from like 10 feet out and just he turns quickly right to the basket. If he can start like just having that in his bag so people will start to think about it, dude, it's game over. Like that's when he figures out the NBA and no one can stop him. You just hope that he misses shots. But, I get it. He can dribble the ball between his legs through the other people's legs on the ground over the floor to grandma's house we go and then still dunk it. So I understand his philosophy and his background, but I just want to see him be a little bit more aggressive.
Right. I mean, there's definitely games where he is that, but yeah, just more consistently. I agree fully. And
What else do you have? Any other takeaways from this game?
um there was a couple of small takeaways. One of the more fun things I want to talk about was just the I'm not going to lie. This was one of the more delicious food segments that Sean and Jacob have had. I have to bring this up. I have to bring this up. The
Dude,
crazy katsu looks so good, bro.
it looked awesome.
That chicken katsu is one of my favorite meals, just like the Japanese panko breading, just so
Yeah,
crispy, so delectable, and
with
so
the
yeah,
sauce and
yeah,
yeah,
just oh man, so good, so
and then
good.
and Sean's face whenever they cut to that camera was so funny. He's like, "Oh."
Dude, it was. But that's how you know you're enjoying it. So I just love to
Yeah,
see the Frostbank Center just putting out dope just menu items like that because of course you're gonna see some like tacos and a burger and things like that,
yeah,
but like some delicious like Japanese chicken katsu you can have just while enjoying a Spurs game. That's freaking dope, dude. Like I wouldn't
yeah.
have imagined that. So really inventive. Love to see Frostbank Center doing new stuff like that.
You know what they need? They need to get the Burger Boys to do the food reviews at the Frost Bank with Sean and Jacob. I think that's what they need to have. So we get the Burger Boys out there, you and Cam, and so they can call the game while y'all eat and you tell them what it's like, and then they can enjoy it after the game.
Hey, maybe one day we'll get there. Maybe one day we'll get there. I would love
I
that.
did enjoy that segment a lot. I'm excited for the next one.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, that turnaround fadeaway 3 was absolutely
We're gonna be seeing
fire.
it for years. We're gonna be
Yes.
seeing it for years. That's a highlight that's gonna be going around whenever they're talking about Wemby being great and what he's done in the NBA and whatnot. They're gonna show that highlight for sure.
Oh, yeah. His foot was a couple of inches away from being out of bounds, and so not only the skill that is needed for the fadeaway 3 in that moment, but just the balance and coordination that it took to just fit within a very small gap on the court because, his feet one way or the other, you're it's either a
Yeah,
two-point
man.
shot or you're out of bounds.
Yeah, dude, they're like 3 feet long. His feet, they're fucking huge. So, speaking of feet, did you know that our boy Steph Castle might be debuting his own signature shoe from Jordan at the NBA All Star game? Pretty exciting stuff. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be a shoe I'm gonna have to cop. I haven't gotten too
Yeah.
many shoes recently, but Steph Castle signature Jordan shoe, yeah, sign me up for
Yeah.
that
And
right
also,
now.
like, when are we gonna get like a Wimby shoe too? I need a Wimby shoe really bad. Like, I don't want this like hustle GT nonsense, like the colorways. I need a Wimby shoe. Give me something that looks like a spaceship or maybe like those old Kobe, something like that. But I need our team to start getting some respect. I'm not gonna get the De'Aaron Fox shoes. I'm sorry. Just not gonna get Under Armour basketball shoes. I'm just not. But maybe one day.
Under Armour doesn't make bad shoes. I've
No,
played
they
in
don't.
Under
I've had
Armour
them
st
before.
they're not bad, they're not bad.
I've I've had them before, and I thought they were great. It's just it's just not a good looking shoe. It's just kind of eh.
Yeah, I'm
But
with you, I'm with you on that.
but I do
Um
have a blind rank if you don't have any other things you want to get to.
um Things about this game, I mean, nothing really. It's just, yeah, pretty cut and dry. We blasted them, just amazing shooting, and yeah, I think that we've talked this game pretty much to death. So yeah, go ahead and hit me with that blind ranking, my dude.
All right. So blind ranking. Since we're talking about Milwaukee,
All right,
we're talking about beer.
all
And,
right.
and I'm almost positive you've had pretty much all these beers. The big brewery out of Milwaukee is Miller Lite. So Miller Coors, they merged not too long ago. So we're gonna blind rank these Miller Coors branded beers.
Okay,
All right, you ready for this?
let's do it.
We're gonna go with just regular old Miller Lite.
This is gonna be pretty low for me. I'm not a Miller Lite guy. There could be worse beers on this list, so I'm gonna put it at 4.
4. Coors Light, Pat
Coors
Mahomes' favorite beer.
Right. I'm definitely more inclined to sip a nice cold Coors if I know that those mountains are blue.
Gotta be
Um,
blue.
you gotta be blue, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at 3.
I want to take a pause real quick. I got to tell you something. For Coors Light, you must get the beer that is actually in the refrigerator. If you get it on the pallet or whatever outside the refrigerator, it's not going to be very good because they brew cold, they ship cold, they store cold. And so if they're ever not cold, don't get it. Just FYI. And also the best cores you can possibly get is inside of the Colorado area because it's all fresh right there. It's way different when you're in the mountains. Anyway, back to our game. Miller High Life.
I'm gonna go Miller High Life 2. That's the champagne of beers right there.
Champagne of
I
beers.
yeah, I'm a fan of the High Life.
We're gonna go now. Remember, this is the whole brand area. So Blue Moon.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna go one way with it, so now I guess I'm gonna have to put Blue Moon at 5. I like
That
Blue
leaves us
Moon.
with that leaves us with Mickey's malt liquor.
Gosh, that's at 1 for me?
Yes, you're one.
You're not even
So
gonna hit me with a Coors Banquet?
no, you get High Life.
Oh, what?
So you got
No, you
Mickey's
you
at
you you
one.
gave me Mickey's. You gave me Mickey's, bro.
Hey man, those grenades are delicious. I don't care what anyone says.
They are fun. They are
They're a
fun.
lot of fun. Those little grenades with the little riddles on the tab, good time. So Mickey's was one, Miller High Life's your two, Coors is your three, Miller's your four, and Blue Moon's your five.
Gosh, that's a terrible list. That is a
Not your best performance, but that's okay. That's
well,
okay.
I feel like I just had no idea about the Mickeys. I felt like I was almost 100% at some point banquet was gonna be
The-
said, so I felt like I kinda just set myself up for failure at that point.
yeah, man. But you know what? Honestly, at the end of the day, if it's free, it's my favorite beer.
Right. If it's cold and it's in my hand, I am enjoying it.
Dude, a wedding beer after the ceremony, primo.
Oh, dude, like, right after a really shitty film day, like 14-hour day, and then just cracking a cold one with the dudes. Oh, man.
Oh,
Great.
no. You want to know my favorite beer? It's the beer that you have with your friends at 10 o'clock in the morning at a bar. And you're like, I mean, we're all off. Not a big deal.
You're
It's like,
that's the beer that sets up the whole day drink because you
yeah.
can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. So that's what propels you. Hey, that's what my uncle taught me.
that's what
Shout out to
that's
Uncle
what
Dan.
that's what Lubbock taught me too.
He went to tech.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But guys, wait, hold on. Do you have a dunk to get to?
uh
Do you have a dunk?
I do have a dunk.
I have a dunk as well.
Why don't you go first?
Um, it's a pretty simple dunk and a pretty basic dunk, but all I'm gonna dunk on is extended NASCAR stories mid-broadcast. What are we doing here? I don't wanna hear about NASCAR races. I don't give a fuck if it's Talladega, Talladega. I'm not trying to hear about whatever bullshit driving around in the left turn means for
And
this guy's season. And
and
like
Sean Elliott's trying to like carry the conversation like, yeah, man. So tires, huh? And you're like, dude, Sean, you don't know what you're talking about.
bro, like, I'm like, if it's a minute or 2, that's fine, but we got bro talking about I can't even think of races for, like, 6 or 7 minutes on the broadcast, and we're like, we're seeing, like, really good transition plays, like, defensive switches that I want them to kinda be talking about, and no, we're listening to dude talk about just completely dumb shit over here. Oh, this is like when I saw LeBron play. I'm like, get this guy off the mic.
Yeah, dude, that's
Get him off the mic. I was like,
but
why are we listening to the NASCAR
dude,
guy?
my favorite was just Sean and Jacob just trying to be like, so what do you put in the cars, like gasoline, right? That's pretty crazy.
He was like, so there's a good bit of turning, right? And it's like we're like, oh my god, we're this is pulling teeth right here. Like
Yeah,
I'm
dude. It's like you gonna stick around for Katsu?
right. This is making me like wish like they brought Will Purdue back and like
Jesus. That was a rough segment, man.
at least when
Ooh.
he wouldn't shut the hell up, it was about basketball.
It was about basketball, yeah. Dude,
Gosh.
that's rough. Well, mine's similar. It was on the telecast. And if this individual is a fan of ours, I'm sorry, but I have to say it. There was a guy sitting courtside behind the coaches, either on the Buck side or the Spurs side. I don't know which one it is, but they had on a 78015 zip code hat, which is Fair Oaks' zip code hat. And it's so douchey. It's so douchey that you're sitting front row with this zip code hat on, and it has a little Fair Oaks logo on the side. And I'm like, I'm sure you think it's cool, but you're coming off as such a D-back right now, bro. Like it's bad. And he has a big old beer and he's smiling, having a good time. And I'm like, God, you just give off the douchey vibes, but I'm sure you're a nice guy in the inside. Just that hat has to go. So I'm gonna dunk on him and I'm gonna dunk on the hat, and I'm dunk on him for putting it on and for the hat for just existing.
Right. That hat should not exist. And you know what, AJ, don't defend him. That guy is not a nice guy. He's probably rotten to the core. No, but I agree. Yeah, dude, you don't need to flex those numbers. You don't need to rep that set anywhere.
You're
Like
sitting front row. Like we know you got coin or you know somebody.
right. We know that you grew up silver spoon, big guy.
At least when we sat courtside, we were humble.
Right. We were fucked up with Dante. That's
We were humble about it. We just asked Michael. Was it Jeremy Flynn or Johnny Flynn?
Johnny Flynn, dude. You were talking mad shit to Johnny Flynn that night. I don't know why, but that's a major throwback because Johnny Flynn hasn't been relevant in the God knows how long.
Well,
But
he did come out in the second half and hit 2 jump shots and looked us straight in the face, and I was like, maybe I should fuck up.
yeah, that says how often we sit courtside, but the one time was nice.
That was nice.
Uh,
It was a good time.
But that being said, everybody, if you are still in here after the Spurs Bucks breakdown, after all of those dunks, after all the fun stuff like the blind ranking, all that jazz, we really appreciate you. This podcast would not be the same without you. We love getting on here and talking Spurs hoops, but this whole community, you guys make it worthwhile. We not only love you, but we love you hard over here.
Hard.
All of this is brought to you by Love You Hard TV. Love all the guys over at In the Building. Really, really appreciate everyone over there. But guys, yeah, like I said, this podcast would not be the same without you. Whether you're, watching the stuff on YouTube, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, it's Apple Podcast, it's over on Twitter, wherever you guys are following along, we really, really appreciate you.
Tell a
This would
friend.
not absolutely tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. This podcast would not be the same without you. We really appreciate all the engagement wherever it is. But that being said, we're going to hop off here and end this episode the same way we end all episodes. And that's with a go
Go Spurs.
Spurs, a
A
go.
go. Bring back the silver
Spurs win.
dancers.